Hello, hi, I'm Catherine, the creator of Shia and the Jetsons Community Preservation of the Promised Land. Yes, I'm here to announce the Promised Land to everyone so that everyone can receive their Jetsons. I just received a wonderful phone call from a mentor, a business mentor for different things like patents and things like that. So we are on our way. Um, but it's good to please keep donations. uh, Terrell, thank you so much. Terrell donated $148. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Where is my list? Oh man, I have to. Yes, yes, Terrell and Carlos. Thank you for your $50 donation. Tasha Thompson, Basil. Thank you so much for your $40 donation. Thank you so much. Now let's go on with the show. Now remember, please let's contact the lawyer, uh, Brian Stevens. Contact the lawyer Brian Stevens. Now we have to see. Okay, contact the lawyer Brian Stevens. Just email him and say, please take Catherine Irvin's case. Please watch her video. She really wants you to take her case because you have hundreds and hundreds of cases. And since you have hundreds and hundreds of cases, you can just simply transfer your clients over to the promised land. It's as simple as that. And we are entitled to our promised land, and she wants to legally announce the promised land. Okay, so she needs to legally do that. She needs an attorney to do that. Now, also, I'm going to. Oh, the attorney for the patent called me and said we should get in touch with Elon Musk. So I was like, ooh, that's a good idea. Let's do that. So we're going to get in touch with Elon Musk so I can send him my business plan and my patent so we can get on with it. Okay, okay. Now let's watch Paul Bagley. He has just said the most blasphemous words I have ever heard. I have ever heard. This man is he when we talk about the mark of the beast, we're talking about him. Okay? He is the beast. He is the beast. This is the type of beast we're talking about because he says blasphemous things and he's on land that's not his. And then he turns around and says that, well, America, we don't conquer land, and when we conquer land, we give it right back. Where have you ever seen America conquer land and give it right back? But he's saying and he's swearing by this that this is what America do, that America don't conquer land. And we don't say that this land is ours if it's not ours. But this land isn't yours, Paul. This land is not yours. This is why your left eye is fucked up because you took the voom voom because you're supposed to. Now, go to my Patreon because I broke it down on how why they have to take the boom boom and go bye bye forever and ever because this is some blasphemous shit. We have been suffering for 400 years, and for him to say something like this is just awful. Oh, and he's also, okay, Putin is having a problem. The U.S. is trying to take his land, and they want to kill Putin. The U.S. want to kill Putin with the United States with the Europeans, and Putin don't want them to come along on his borders. And Paul Bagley is defending the U.S. and he's saying that it's Putin's fault because Putin won't resist and lay down like a slave like we did. So Paul Bagley is just a blasphemous man, and this is why uh, Russia, Putin is saying, well, I don't want to go to war with you, but I'm going to have to because we don't want you coming next to us. We don't want you coming to our borders. You are a parasite. Get back. This is what Putin is saying because they already took us over. They don't see, they even make examples out of us. We don't want to be like the niggers because they just completely demolished the black people. This is what Paul Bagley says that his people didn't do.
Italy, North Africa, the Middle men over the last 7 years fighting expansion of NATO eastward to include Ukraine, he said, offering an
Okay, so okay. Let me just go to the beginning so you can.
as for legally binding security guarantees that certain offensive weapons will not be deployed to to Russia's neighboring countries.
So he was just saying that Putin is saying, I don't want you guys bringing your tanks and your missiles on my borders of Ukraine, because if you take over Ukraine, I'm gonna have to kill you and Ukraine. Because then if you take over Ukraine, then that means you're already on my land and you can just kill me. No. Why are you even here? You're supposed to be in America. See that? See, they can't even sit still in America. They took over America, and all the Most High got children here. All the black, indigenous, gingerbread colored outlaws. They took us over. Then they're gonna go and take over everybody. And this is what this thing. Listen to what this thing just said.
The Russian leader said Washington appeared ready to begin negotiations around its proposals early next year in Geneva, though it is unlikely the United States and its allies will give these guarantees that he wants. Moscow wants unconditional guarantees of its security now and in the future, and won't accept the expansion of NATO eastward to include Ukraine, he said. Offering an aggressively Russian view of history to back up these security concerns, Putin said Ukraine was created by Vladimir Lenin, the founder of the Soviet Union. He also accused NATO of having fooled Russia with 5 waves of expansion, not 5 waves of energy, but 5 waves of expansion since the Cold War, and scorned at the U.S. for inching closer to Russia's doorstep, adding that it sometimes seems Moscow and the West live in different worlds. You are demanding guarantees for me, Putin said. You should be giving guarantees, and immediately now. Now, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said earlier this week that Washington was working with European leaders to address what he called Russian aggression with diplomacy, but said President Joe Biden opposes the kind of guarantees that are being sought by Putin. So you see what's happening here. Putin is saying, look, I want some guarantees that you are going to stop advancing toward us. And if you give us that, I'll guarantee basically not to invade Ukraine. But if you don't give that to me, all bets are off. Although I'm not wanting to invade Ukraine. So you see what he's doing. He's putting the onus back on the West, on NATO, on the United States, and making it our problem.
Because it is your problem. It's your problem. You're the one that's going over there. You live here. Why are you even in Ukraine? Why are you even in Russia? See, why are you there? See, and he's saying that, well, he's putting it back on us like it's our problem. It is your problem because you're in his fucking face.
He's the guy that built up 100,000 troops on the Ukrainian border. He's the guy that did a hostile move and annexed Crimea. He's the guy that has sent in the little green men over the last 7 years fighting and creating the turmoil in eastern Ukraine.
Because you people keep going into eastern Ukraine, inching your way into his land, and he don't want you there. So what, you want him to lay down, you fucking beast?
He is the guy threatening to shut off the pipelines of oil and fuel to Europe.
Yeah, so that Europe won't get ahead and get fuel to come over there and kill him and kill his country and kill his people like you always do over here.
So let's slow down a minute here. We wouldn't even have a crisis if he doesn't make these aggressive moves. I have to say that. Now, I'm not going to say that the West has been lily white, like the wind-driven snow in December. Sure, our imperialistic mentality is absolutely on display, but it wasn't on display until after World War II. After World War II, we realized the world was not a safe place.
Wait, he said after World War II, he noticed that it wasn't a safe place, that America wasn't a safe place. For who? Because your people came here and conquered us and killed us, and still is choking us and still making us pay rent. So what do you mean? You mean before the war it wasn't safe because you people came over here? He's saying that, oh, well, after World War II, We just noticed it wasn't a safe place because of you. Your people came here and made it an unsafe place.
We fought, we left a base, whether it was in Germany, several bases, like the wind-driven snow in December. Sure, our imperialistic mentality is absolutely on display, but it wasn't on display until after World War II. After World War II, we realized the world was not a safe place. Everywhere we fought, we left a base, whether it was in Germany, several bases, Japan, several bases.
But you conquered and you killed those people in those bases in Germany. You killed black people, indigenous black people in Germany. You killed indigenous black people in Italy. Everywhere you went, you killed and you conquered.
Bases, whether it was in Italy, North Africa, the Middle East, wherever we've had to go to bring peace into the world and stop conflict, we've left a footprint there.
No, you left no peace. You conquered. You conquered. You didn't leave any peace. Wherever you go and land, then people die around you. So there is no peace because you conquer the land to take it over wherever you go.
And we've done it because it's the best way and to have that type of deterrent from having war. So could that be also perceived as imperialistic, aggressive behavior or expansionism? It could be seen that way. I can see how Russia could see it that way. But it has never been America's goal. And America, even when it conquers an area, always gives the land back. Never takes it and then acquires it and says it's ours. I think it's fair.
Did you hear what this thing? Did you hear what this thing just said? He said wherever America go, it never conquers the land. It always always gives the land back if it conquers it.
Aggressive behavior or expansionism. It could be seen that way. I can see how Russia could see it that way.
Of course you can see how Russia can see it that way because Russia is the victim. Putin is the victim. Just like we're the victim. So see, this parasite that's talking, this is how a parasite talks. He talks as if he's not at fault, that his people is not at fault. This is what he just listened.
But it has never been America's goal. And America, even when it conquers an area, always gives the land back.
Where, Paul? Where did you give the land back to? Where? Who?
Takes it and then acquires it and says it's ours.
Yes, you do. You just said it. You said that America is great and it's yours. You and your white people always say that every single day. That this is the greatest country ever because you conquered it and you killed the people. You killed our great-great-grandparents here. To where we're still saying, hey, you fat, funky motherfucker, get the fuck off our land and give us back our land. We're not even saying all of the land. Just move, bitch, so we can live and breathe and so you won't be around us. But you people suck up all of our energy. We have to pay rent on our own land. This is how you have us. This is why Russia is going to bomb you people in Ukraine because you're trying to take over Ukraine and make people over there pay you rent. And you don't even live in Ukraine.
I think it's fair to look at both sides of the story here.
What both sides?
Well, anyway, Biden warned Putin. It is a virtual call earlier this month that Russia will face severe consequences if it attacks Ukraine. Now, Russia annexed Ukraine, Crimea's peninsula, in 2014.
Okay, bump that. Get back to what the fuck he just said. He said, damn, this motherfucker is blasphemy. He just, you know what I'm saying, what he just said? Like, he don't care that him and his people causes destruction. Then he turn around and lie with blasphemous words and say, well, America, we don't conquer land. And if we conquer the land, we always give it back. Okay, this is why your left eye is fucked up.
Drawing condemnation and sanctions from the West. Shortly after, Moscow backed a separatist rebellion in the country's east. Well,
I don't want to show too much of this thing no more. Just know that what the mark of the beast is. The mark of the beast is him. He's the mark of the beast. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He's the mark of the beast because he is the beast, right? That took the mark. That's why his left eye is fucked up. That's why he's wearing them glasses. I'm in this because I'm gonna make another video that's called if you build it, they will come. Because yeah, let's get off this beast here because and I'll leave a link so you can see this thing. But that was some blasphemous shit he just said. You know, he's sitting up here defending the US for going into Crimea to you know to try to take over Putin so they can kill Putin. I don't know why. They don't even live in Ukraine, but they want to go because I'm telling you, you you took over the land here. Anyway, let me get back to my promised land. I'm gonna make a video right now after this about the promise. If you build it, they will come. So I just got the phone call from the attorney, the patent attorney, and so we're gonna get a hold of Elon to see about his little Jetsons. You know, seeing if his little Jetsons can fit inside of my big old huge Jetsons, which is a house that flies just like the Jetsons. But mine's is a house and it's waterproof. His isn't. Okay, so go ahead and support me, please. It's very important. And thank you so much for the donations. Thank you, Terrell, for the $148. Ooh, I'm telling you, y'all trying to get to the promised land. We all finna go to the promised land. It's gonna take about 3 years, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. And remember, the lady said it. She said that we're going to go in spaceships. Oh, wait. Yeah, she said we were going to go into spaceships. Yes, remember that right here. Remember I told you about ooh,
What's that for?
Not sure, but I'm sure X will have it when we find out.
okay.
Transportation to the wilderness.
See, transportation to the
Hello, my
wilderness.
fellow Israelites.
See, transportation to the wilderness. Now, I don't own any copyright to this or anything like that or anything, but I just wanted you to see that she was talking about the transportation to the wilderness. Now, this is like a Bible version of them saying that this is how we're going to go. Transportation to the wilderness by spaceships, but it's really, I don't really like to say spaceships because people will freak out, but she said it. She said, that's right, I said it. We're going to go by spaceships. But it's by Jetsons because, we're moving on up to the east. We're going like that because the original Jetsons, we were black. We're black, and that's what we were doing before. Before the white people took over, we were traveling by Jetsons, and we were seeing our families, and oh man, we were flying over beautiful lands, and we would just land right there. We'll see a beautiful river, and we'll have our little Jetsons. We flying over, and we'll just land right. Watch Return of Witch Mountain. I love that movie when I was a kid. Watch the Return of Witch Mountain. You know what I'm gonna do? We're just gonna watch the Return of Witch Mountain together. So if you have not seen the Return of Witch Mountain, we're gonna watch that after I do this. Okay, but
Transportation to the wilderness. Hello, my fellow Israelites. My name is Prophetess Abigail. The Lord has given me a vision about Revelation chapter 12, verse 14. He wants me to reveal unto you a form of transportation that might be frightening to some. The woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, to her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times and half a time, from the face of the serpent. Now, a lot of us have been concerned, how will we get to this place? Some think they need money to buy a plane ticket. Now I ask you, did our forefathers need a boat ticket to cross the Red Sea? The Lord provided them a way to walk across the sea on dry land. He parted the Red Sea. He bore them on eagle's wings when the angels transformed into a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. Oh, what a great God we serve. Behold, this time he will send us angels in the form of spaceships to fly us into the wilderness. Yes, I said it. Spaceships. I know that some of you are jumping up in arms saying that's not possible. But read these scriptures for yourself, and you will see the angels in their many forms of transportation. Now, when you read these scriptures, pay close attention that these forms of transportation have no drivers. That's because they are angels and they know their destination. 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 11, chapter 6, verse 17 tells how Elijah was taken by a fiery chariot into heaven. Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 16, chapter 10, verse 11.
Now, okay, so I don't want to really, but I just wanted you to just see that juicy tidbit right there. Now we're gonna go and watch The Return of Witch Mountain. Okay, it's a really good movie. It's the two little kids in the RV motorhome coach, and she keeps having glimpses of how she got there. Okay, so she got there, and anyway, you know, so okay, but we're gonna watch. If we build it, they will come. So I'm gonna end this here, and I will upload another one. Oh, go to my Patreon channel because I just showed you how um, the one-eyed demon that was just talking blasphemous words in his people is being devoured right now by the boom boom. So go to my Patreon channel. You can see all of that. I just uploaded it last night. Okay, so while everybody was sleeping, you know, yeah. Okay, so I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for people who had donated. 3 people donated. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm going to upload another video. All right.